I'm ready. I don't know if I can live up to that great introduction that you gave me, but I'm going to do my best. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, first and foremost, I am honored to be here. I am just so excited about being in the presence of you lovely ladies this morning. I appreciate you joining in this morning. I know it's kind of early. You could be anywhere else in the world, as they say, but you decided to be here, and I think there is a reason for that. Another thing I just want to say, this is my first time doing a presentation like this. So I am nervous. So I don't know where to look. I don't know what to do. So if I'm looking all over the place, just bear with me. God, you gave such a great introduction. I don't even know what to say at this point. Well, like she says, I'm a native Houstonian. I am a graduate of Jesse H. Jones High School, home of the Mighty Falcons out in South Park, Houston. And I have 2 beautiful children, 5 beautiful grandchildren, and I have a career as a flight attendant, which I absolutely love, but we all know my industry is just kind of like all over the place, so they kind of clipped my wings for a little while, so I'm kind of on the ground, and I decided to make the most of my time on the ground and try to get behind my passion of manifestation and sharing it with other people. I've been manifesting since I was, probably since I was a kid. I can't even remember a time that I was not manifesting. And I'm gonna have to say, when I really started to realize what I was doing, I probably was somewhere in my early 20s when it really kind of like hit me that you have some type of divine gift, that things that are happening in your life are not just happening. You are purposefully making these things happen. And as I started to kind of like come to the realization of what I was doing, I would put a lot of energy in manifesting jobs. If I tell you I had so many jobs, it's crazy. But what I started to notice was I was getting jobs that I was not qualified for at all. I didn't have the education for it. I didn't have the experience for it. But for me, I wanted the job, and you couldn't tell me that I couldn't get this job. So I would find myself deciding that I wanted to go on to another job. I would research the job, and then I would start to envision in my mind getting that job. Again, I still really did not understand what was going on, what I was doing, but I would just envision myself getting this job, and lo and behold, the job is it's going in and out. Is somebody not hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I would end up at the job, and I remember back in 2000, it must have been 2000 or 2002, I decided I wanted a new job, and I saw an ad in the paper, and I know some of y'all are too young to know about ads in the paper, because you know that's that's how we used to look for jobs, the ads in the paper. And it was for a marketing director. I have a high school diploma. I do not have a degree in anything, and I didn't even know what a marketing director was. But they paid good, and I wanted the job. So I applied, and I don't know how it happened. I ended up getting the interview. I went to the interview, and we're talking about a pretty substantial size company, professionals and everything. I show up at the interview. I'm interviewing with the gentleman. We're having a good conversation, and you know, at the end of the interview, they ask you, do you have any questions? So they do the standard questions and everything. And one thing I said to him was, I'd like to see the office where I will be working. And he kind of hesitated, and he said, okay, well, let me come and go and show it to you. So in my mind, I needed to see it. I needed to get a visual of it. So we went, and I saw the office, and I stood in there for a moment. It didn't take long. I know he was probably looking at me like, what is this woman doing? This is kind of weird, but let's go along with it. And that was it, and I left. And I think a couple of days later, I sent him by fax, and maybe y'all don't know what a fax machine is, but This is way back in the day. So I faxed him over a thank you letter. And at the end of the letter, I remember saying, I look forward to us working together very soon. Because you have to remember, there is power in words. I ended up getting the job. And he says one of the things that really stood out for him was, when I asked to see the office I will be working in. He says it's as if you knew you already had that job.
Right.
Now, again, I didn't know what a marketing director was. Girl, I faked my way all the way through that interview. I didn't know what what it was. But you couldn't tell me that I couldn't get that job, because I had put it in my head and put it in my mind that this is where I was going to be. Thank you. And it was I say all that to say this. Manifestation is not just certain people. Everyone has this gift. Everyone. God did not just sit there and say, I'm going to give it to her, not to her, or to him, and not to him. Everyone has this gift. The thing is, most people don't realize that they are manifesting every day, all day. Your thoughts, your deeds, your actions, your words, all of that is manifestation. So everything that has happened in your life, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, you have played a part in manifesting that. But what happens is, we unconsciously manifest. We don't realize we're doing it. We don't realize it. We don't realize that the things that we say that we really don't, we just kind of like maybe joking around, and we may say something and it has a kind of like a negative connotation to it. That is a manifestation. That is putting out into the universe a manifestation that is ultimately going to happen. Our thoughts are the same way. So we unconsciously do that and not realize it. My goal is to get people to consciously, purposefully, and intentionally manifest. Because just how you can do it unconsciously, think of how much you can achieve by consciously manifesting every day. And it's just as easy as changing the words that you say, being mindful of the thoughts, your deeds, your actions, the energy of the people and the things and the places that you're around, and you're in the environment you're in. Just subtle little changes, you will see the difference in that. Manifestation is the spoken word. It is the thoughts that you put into your head, and it is your actions. You can manifest with just that, but everything around you is a tool to be used for manifestation. And one of the tools that I think is a really, really good tool, and it's a very easy tool, is your vision boards. So has anyone done a vision board, or do we know what a vision board is?
I have.
Okay. So everyone has had an experience with a vision board? No? Oh, good. I got me a newbie. Got me a newbie. Okay. A vision board. Now, I think this is just a new term that they gave to it, vision board. Because when I was starting manifesting, or realizing I was manifesting, it wasn't called a vision board. It was just a picture. You just got a picture of something that you wanted, and then you just put it somewhere for you to see it every day, and that was it. So now, you know, it's fancy now, so it's vision board. So that's what we're gonna call it. So a vision board is a tool that you can use to assist you with your manifestation. A vision board does not have to be anything elaborate. It doesn't have to be the size of the mural or the wall behind me. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to make it fancy, but at the same time, you make it the way you want to make it. Because whose vision is this? This is your vision. It's not mine. It's not anybody else's. This is your vision. So I can't tell you, even though I've had experiences with it, I can give you information, I can give you guidance on it, but I can't tell you how to manifest your vision. That's a personal journey. That's a personal journey between you and God and the universe and this board, and how you're going to do it. But we will talk about things that I see that will be helpful in having an effective vision board. But the first thing we're going to talk about is for me, have come up with 5 components that I feel like are important before you even start manifesting, before you even put any kind of picture on a board or anything, that you really need to go over. And this is something that I do personally to kind of get my head clear and get my thoughts and get my process in order before I start manifesting anything. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, if you need time to get a pen and a piece of paper, you can just write them down and we can just go from there. So just let me know when you're ready. These are the 5 key components to successfully manifest the life you desire. The first component you need to think about is your purpose. Okay? Defining your purpose is the first thing you should do when preparing to manifest. This means determining why you're wanting to manifest a particular dream, goal, or desire. Is the manifestation born from a necessity or a want? And it's very important that you are very clear on your purpose of why we're manifesting. And it's nothing wrong with you manifesting something because you just want it. That's fine. That's fine. There's no difference. So don't feel any guilt or shame, or you feel like you're being selfish because you just want to manifest something that you want. Because we don't always have to manifest out of need. People believe that you only manifest out of need. No, ma'am, you manifest out of want. If you want some stuff, you manifest it. Okay, so don't feel bad. Don't feel like, well, I shouldn't be using this gift for selfish reasons. Yeah, you can. you can use it for selfish reasons. That's what it's there for. Okay, so defining your purpose is very important. The second thing, now I tried to make these points kind of cute and make them all with a P, but somehow it didn't work out that way. So whatever. But defining your period or your season. Okay, surprisingly enough, when a manifestation does not come to fruition, because you may have a time that your manifestation does not manifest, it's usually because you're attempting to manifest something that is out of your season. Okay, well, understand seasons. Okay, while you can manifest at any time and your manifestation can very well come to existence, you are more likely to have optimal success and an effortless manifestation process if you operate during your season. You must determine if what you are desiring is appropriate for the period you're currently in. It's important to know if this divine time, because this will determine, first, if the manifestation will take root, and secondly, if you are truly ready to receive it. Sometimes we can believe we're ready, but in actuality, we may not be ready for the very thing that we want to bring into our lives. Therefore, we will not be able to receive said thing with gratitude and joy. So operating in your season is so important. It is so very, very important. And a lot of indicators that you may not be manifesting in your season is a manifestation is not supposed to be a stressful process. It's not supposed to stress you out. It's not supposed to keep you up at night. It's not supposed to make you second guess anything. When you start feeling those doubts and fears and you just don't feel good and peaceful in your spirit about what you're manifesting, you may be manifesting something that is out of your season. You may not be ready to receive the thing that you're wanting. And say, for instance, you continue on with the manifestation and you actually receive it. You get what you want. You may not have that feeling what you thought you were going to have when you finally receive it. Am I making sense? Does it make sense? So you want to make sure that you're operating in your season. And the way like I said, the way you do that is how you feel about it. Is this thing that you're trying to manifest and you're working towards, is this just more, it seems like it's more work than it's worth. It's like it's stressful. It keeps you up at night. It's like, I don't really know. There's no clear thought process on what you're doing. And it's just like it's one thing after another in front of this manifestation. You may need to find, you may need to just say, I don't really think this is for me right now. I didn't say it wasn't for you. I said it's just not for you right now. Okay? So we're going to work in our seasons. The next thing is preparation. This is very important because we don't prepare. And if you don't prepare, you're preparing to fail. Okay, so as with anything, preparation is one of the keys to success, and manifesting is no exception. You want to be prepared as you possibly can to begin your manifestation. Preparation includes opening your mind, your body, and your spirit to work effectively towards your goals. You also want to prepare any spiritual tools or techniques that you're going to be working with, which is, for example, our vision boards, to help with your manifestation process. So, yes, you can wake up tomorrow morning and say, I want to manifest a new car. Yes, you could do that. But you want to get prepared for that. You don't want to just jump up and just say, okay, I want to manifest a new car. Well, how are we going to do that? What's the plan here? How are we doing that? You need to do your preparation work. Okay. I need to get my mind aligned. Am I ready for a new car? Okay. Because just because we want something, now we are all divine beings and we all have that power of manifestation. But we live in a practical world and we have to think practically. Just because I wake up and say I want a new Mercedes-Benz, my bank account may not say that. Okay? So let's use common sense when we're manifesting. That's what we're going to do. I know we can get very spiritual, we can get very divine, and we feel like everything is supposed to come to us just because we put it out there, but we live in a practical world. So let's be practical about the things that we're trying to manifest. So if you decide I want to manifest a new car, let's look at this practically. Am I financially ready for this? Does this make sense? Can I handle the maintenance on this new car? Can I handle the insurance on this new car? You do need to ask yourself the practical questions. Okay? So, how am I going to pay for this car? Am I going to pay cash for it? Am I going to finance it? What does my credit look like? Because those are the things that we're going to need to know. Just because we are divine beings and we're using a divine tool of manifestation, we still have to think practical. We're still human. We're still in the human realm, the earthly realm, and people ain't gonna just let you walk into Mercedes-Benz and say, "Give me that car." So it just don't work like that. So preparation is very key. So ask yourself the hard questions, and if you come back and you have more no's than you do yeses, that means, guess what? You're working out of your season. You're trying to manifest out of your season. And just get prepared. Just get prepared and just get ready, because it makes it so much easier when you're prepared. Number 4 is perseverance. Whew. This is having the wherewithal to push through and keep working even when you don't see any signs of your manifestation coming to fruition. Even when you're just like, I don't see how this is going to work. I don't see no movement. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Shutting down the negative thoughts and the feelings when they begin to creep into your head. Knowing that you possess divine energy to sustain yourself during this process. Because it is a process. The universe and God does not work on our time. He doesn't have a calendar. He don't care nothing about what you said you wanted to have it by next month. He don't care nothing about that. He doesn't care nothing about how you feel about something. It's just the way it is. Energy doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. So you need to have the perseverance to push, even when it doesn't look like this thing is going to happen. You have got to keep pushing. It's happening. As long as you are still clear in your mind and your body and your spirit, and you still feel like this thing is going to work, just keep pushing. It's coming. It's coming. Now, sometimes you will get some signs of it coming, and that's great. That's wonderful. But even if you don't, keep pushing. Just keep persevering, because We're on divine time, not our time. And I think what happens is we don't push through with the manifestation because we don't see the signs, so we don't think it's working. So we just stop. Well, you probably stopped right before your manifestation was about to take root. But because you didn't see it with your eyes, you felt like, okay, well, this don't make sense. I'm not going to keep doing it. It must not.
Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13, 7 and 8.
Thank you.
All right.
Point,
Oh, you're ready to come. I'm sorry?
at some point, I just have an kind of like a sample vision board here. So we'd like to.
Let's go.
We can start with the Q&A if you want to start with it. That's fine.
Okay.
So I'm ready when everybody's ready.
Okay. Any questions, anybody? The floor is open. Questions, comments? I don't really want to do it all talking.
That's okay.
And don't forget to unmute your phones if you have any questions or any comments so you can speak and we can hear you.
I think they're waiting on you, Ms. McCray. You can go ahead with your question.
Okay. Well, I don't have a question right now. I want to say that I'm so glad we did this for so many reasons, but for right now, the most pressing reason is because just listening to your 5 components, it confirms it's a lot for me. Because especially the part where you were talking about perseverance, to continue even when you see no signs, that's the time when I personally always just want to kind of say, you know what, I must be off track. This is not, But at the same time, when I say that, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not getting any results or whatever, I don't feel the inner stress. I do still feel the peace, but we just want to see something visually. I want to see something, and that really spoke to me about persevering even when you don't see the signs. The patience part, I think I'm okay with the patience part because my husband is such a patient person. So I'm gleaning that from him. But the perseverance, I always look for the signs, and when I don't see the signs, it's like, okay, am I doing the right thing? But then immediately it seems like something will happen, or a conversation will come, like you say, the universe aligns itself with what God has placed on the inside of you, and before you know it, confirmation comes immediately, at least for me.
You mentioned something that I wanted to touch on when you said your husband is a patient person. Mm-hmm. Another thing we should realize is manifestation can be a group effort. And a lot of times, if you have the right manifestation partner, it takes a lot of stress off of you. Because manifesting can be stressful. But when you are manifesting with a group or you're manifesting with a partner, you guys share the load of that. So whereas you may get to a point, like you say, the perseverance part kind of gets you, you have a manifestation partner that's got that. They can push you through. So like I said before, be mindful who you share your manifestations with. But if you can find what I call a tribe, if you can find a tribe and you guys can get together and manifest collectively, oh, that's a powerful thing. It is truly, truly powerful. Because sometimes it works on you when you're trying to do it yourself. It really, really does. And so if you have someone that you trust and you have someone that's aligned with you and on the same page as you, and they may not be trying to manifest the same thing as you, but because their energy is so tied to you and it's so strong and y'all are so supportive with each other, y'all feed off of each other. Does that make sense? Okay, so find you a manifestation tribe. I call them a tribe because I feel like a tribe, everybody has a purpose. They have a different strength. And they bring something to the collective whole. So find yourself a tribe. We're going to find tribes in 2021, okay?
Hey, you know what? And I want to add. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to answer that what you just said, Sonia. That's actually how we got to this point of white flight. The think tank was the initial side that the Lord gave me the names of 8 women. And I went to them and I asked them, I told them what the Lord had shared with me, and I asked them to pray about being a part of the ministry. And of course, each one of them came back and said yes. Well, we would meet every month, the first Saturday of every month. We'd come together over breakfast. We would pray, we would study, we would ask the Lord to give us direction, regarding the ministry and keep us cohesive. And He did all of that, and that started back in 2017.
Wonderful.
2016 in October, but then the actual meetings and all. And this is actually a manifestation of what happened, on a tribe level. This is actually the manifestation. White Light is a manifestation of the think tank coming together the first Saturday of every month over breakfast, fellowshipping, praying. We cried through our issues. We laughed through some. 3 of them lost husbands, and we buried them together. We've gone through a lot together. And where we are today is a complete and total manifestation of what the think tank birthed back in 2016.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And we're all still very much connected.
Awesome.
All right, I'm turning off.
Well, I just wanted to say, Lady Val said, I'm with you on that perseverance. It seems like sometimes you can look at everything that you have going on your plate, and then it's like, okay, now what am I doing? Why am I doing so much, and why am I doing this? But what I try to do is find ways, like, I'm getting my master's degree now. And instead of saying, I got a year and so many months left, I'll say things like, well, I only have 5 classes left. And so to me, that helps, take some of the pressure off, and it helps take some of the edge off. But I'm right there. That patience, also too, that patience, it gets me sometimes. Because sometimes I can honestly say, I'm just going to be transparent here. In every class that I get started on with just that master's degree, I'd be like, girl, what are you doing with your life? Why are you actually doing this? And then I quickly think back to, okay, well, you got to go find a kid. You got something you got going on. On top of, I look at it, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. I still have both my parents. I launched 2 businesses. I'm working full time. Then I'm in school full time. So it takes a lot. And I was just kind of thrusted into homeschooling 2 of my grandkids. And it's like, wow, it seems like it's so much. But I do, I have faith in God, and I know that He has, it's a word over my life. And I say, God, you've never put more on me than I can bear. And I just kind of push through it. But I do have those days where, I kind of shut down, and I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to talk, and I may have, those thoughts come into my head and be like, Bianca, you are really, what are you doing? You got way too much going on. But like I said again, I quickly go back to the Word of God, and I even have to, I even find myself thinking, because it's like, it comes back like, you mean to tell me you don't trust God, your Father, the one who died on the cross for you, He died for you, and you can't trust Him to help you get through these situations, to help you get through these things. So, thank you so much, Ms. Val, for doing this. Thank you so much for your partner. I have tons of notes here on writing, and I cannot wait to see the example of that vision board, because that's number 1 on my list. I will be constructing a vision board.
Okay. I do want to say this. And I think I could say this in this circle, because we are all Black women. We do not have to be strong all the time. There is strength in us being vulnerable. There is strength in us saying, I can't do this all. You are not going to be any better wearing yourself out. You can say no to things. You can say no to people. You can just say, I'm not going to do it. Be vulnerable. Don't let people believe that you can handle everything, because guess what's going to happen? They will continue to pile it on. I believe that black women have been caught up in this strong black woman thing. And I know most of the time you hear it, they're saying it as a compliment to you, but it is killing us. It is literally killing us mentally, physically, spiritually, and it is killing us physically. I want you guys to know that there is a study done that medical professionals believe that black women don't feel pain like other races of women. And a lot of times when you go to the doctor as a black woman, you have to beg them to give you tests that they will just give another ethnic group of women, because they don't feel like we feel physical pain like everyone else. And I believe strongly it is because we have gotten this thing with this strong black woman thing, and we have taken that on. We have got to stop this, because we are dying. We are dying. We are literally dying every day from this. So it is okay for you to have your moments. It is nothing wrong with that. It is okay for you to be able to say, I can't do everything. And it's okay to say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. This has no, you cannot pour from an empty vessel. When you are continually pouring into everything, everybody, and every situation, you empty yourself out and you have to go and refill yourself. It should never be like that. People should receive the overflow from you. You should never be empty, ever. So please stop emptying ourselves for everything and everybody. That goes for our husbands, our children, everybody. Because trust and believe, those people will figure it out. If you told somebody, no, I can't do something, they'll figure it out. So please, take care of yourselves. That's all I'm going to say with that. Because that is just very, I get very emotional about that when I hear people saying they have all this on this plate, and I'm like, you don't have to do all of that. You don't take care of yourself first. I'm going to start crying because that really bothers me. It really bothers me. So,
if I can interject right here, Sonia, I think it's also healing for us as black women to say, I don't know. I don't know how. Because even with this Zoom, I'm telling you, I was so... Remember our first conversation, and you said, well, you got all this stuff, and I said, girl, I don't know how to do this, but by the help of the Lord, we don't have this Zoom.
And you said, I got somebody to call, though. I got somebody to call.
Exactly, and I'm so thankful. Again, you talk about a tribe of women, and I'm going to give a shout out to Ramona, because Ramona and I work together, but Ramona has always been she's always been that person that was like you talked about earlier, God will manifest what you need. Everything you need is there, and everybody that you need is there. And whenever I'm about to either call Ramona or go see her in her office or whatever, it's like, oh, I was about to call you.
See?
Oh, you know what? I was just thinking, and every time, even with the manifestation of today, we tried to get my account set up. And for whatever reason, it wasn't working. The internet was clowning. So Ramona said, well, Ms. Val, we'll use mine. So there's the answer. There's the vehicle. But what if I had just said, no, you know what, I'm going to, just forget it. And then feel defeated again.
No.
God will always give, but it's also incumbent upon us to say, I don't know how to do that. I don't understand. Let me try to figure this out and try it first on your own, because it doesn't make you belittle, it doesn't make you stupid, it doesn't make you anything other than honest and free.
Exactly.
Hey, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
And that's where I was with all of this. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. But as I said, and let's go back to it, I said to you, said, but by the help of the Lord, we're going to have this.
We're going to have this. We're going to figure this out. That's what it is. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. People want to help you. Be vulnerable. Show that side of you that you know, and it's nothing wrong with being weak. It's nothing wrong with that. You block people's blessing when you don't let them help you. So do that. So we're going to get off of that. I'm going to get off my soapbox on that. So we're going to look at an example of a vision board. Okay, now I'm about to get up for this one. Now this is one of my own personal vision boards. So this is the kind of stuff I have. I don't know if you can. Hold on, let me get another pillow. Let me see if I can get it up here.